the Wolves took control of this game from jump. What was the biggest change you saw from Minnesota tonight compared to games 1 and 2?
You know, a lot of people talk about Chris Finch. You have to make adjustments. What can you do differently? As a guy that's coached in this league, to me, it's not about what you do. It's more important in how you do it. And you can see from Jump Street, as you mentioned, Ryan, Minnesota was aggressive, they were physical, they were desperate, and they were urgent. Their defense on Shea tonight was outstanding. Anthony Edwards came out very aggressive on both ends. And the bottom line is, we talked about it. In game 1 and 2, Minnesota turned the ball over. Tonight, they didn't do that. Their bench was phenomenal. Naz Reid made his first threes of the series. Terrence Shannon Jr. came into the game in the second quarter, had a huge impact, and they didn't put Shea on the foul line. So great job on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with their defense, value in the basketball, Anthony Edwards being a superstar, and just an all-around great night. Now the challenge is, can you do it again in Game 4 to try to tie it up?
That's a great point. So how do they do it again in Game 4 and beyond? Because OKC has kind of owned this series up until this point, but Minnesota, maybe they found a cheat code.
Well, the cheat code is not beating themselves. You go back to the regular season, they beat OKC twice. They beat them tonight, and one of the key stats in those 3 wins is that they didn't beat themselves. They are the #1 defense, OKC. They turn you over. They lead the league in steals, so you know you can't fuel the break, and that's what happened in game 1 and 2. Tonight, that wasn't the case. They forced OKC to play in the half court. They were more aggressive against Shea. They were more disciplined against Shea, and once again, their bench, which has been really good for them all year long, Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and you have to give Chris Finch a lot of credit. He implemented a new player in his rotation, throwing out Terrence Shannon Jr., and it paid off dividends tonight. So they're not satisfied. They came back, protected their home court, and we know that OKC is going to be ready for all that come Game 4.
Okay, so let's talk.